Turning this down just a little bit because I think the music could be a little loud. All right, I think we're good. I think we're awesome. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go. All right, so I am now live, and it's the first stream of 2026. Oh my god, 2026. That's incredible. Jeez, I seriously don't understand the concept of time. It is so baffling. Oh, it's Ard. Hi, Ard. Oh, Jesus. What are you going to say? Happy New Year, Ard. Happy New Year. Oh, no. How's it going, man? Hello, everybody. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and share the stream with Axel's server, which, let's be real, it's my main server now. Give me a second. Sorry, there's like a bit of an ad. Time is an illusion. It doesn't exist. I mean, yeah, it could be a man-made. Well, okay. The way we treat it is kind of like an illusion, but the passage of time certainly is a thing. High up, down, all around. Hi, Tony. Haven't seen you since last year. How's it going, up, down, all around? Happy New Year, everybody. Okay, so what I'm going to do... hold on. I had a request. Let me go ahead and pull that up because I have one more that I need to do. And I still have 2 slots open from the last stream. So I'm going to take this... I'm going to use this stream, finish that one. And I do have 2 open if anybody's interested. They are there. Oh, yeah, I'm going to share this to Axel's server because it doesn't put it out automatically. Let me see. Where is it? The server's just, I don't know. I don't know if I do too well with like big Discord servers. It gets just kind of fucky. All right, let's see. One second, guys. All right. There we go. I shared it. So I can go ahead and get started. What's up, Paynet? You lost your stylist, Tony? Man. What's up, Mikey P? Hello, hello. All right, so let me see here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the last request that I have. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It was from last year. I just want to say, Green Blue Ant, I do appreciate you being here. Unfortunately, I don't remember everybody that comes through. But so it is nothing personal. But I do appreciate you being here. Thank you. All right, so let me see. Hello, Kenneth. All right, so the last one that I had, David Snoopy. Davido looking very worried, staring at the viewer, while Atheon, evil David Snoopy, was behind him creepily. Okay. Okay. I'm doing okay, Tony. How are you? What's up, Harry? PC decided it wasn't going to go work with my tablet. Wait, wait, hold up. Why wouldn't it work? What's the problem? I'm confused. Why wouldn't that work? Okay. Like I said, there are 2 slots remaining. If anybody is interested in grabbing one, that will be for tonight's stream. If not, tonight's stream is going to be quite short. I guess I could always doodle a little something afterwards. What's up, David Snoopy? How's it going, man? Hope everybody's having a good start to the new year. 2026, dude. I started YouTube 20 years ago. What the hell? What the fuck? The realization is just hitting me. Make the background black? Yeah, I could do that. Dude, I started YouTube. I created my first YouTube account in February 2006. I was at Jot's house. Oh my god. What the fuck, man? And the very first video I uploaded was me and him dubbing over One Piece videos. This is the very first thing I uploaded was One Piece. Oh my god. What the fuck, man? 20 years, yeah. Well, I guess it's almost 20. Because as of February, it'll be 20. But yeah, it's easy to round up in the grand scheme of things. But yes, the Earth has done a complete rotation around the sun 20 times since then. Wow. You were 3 in 2006? Dude. That's crazy. That's insane, dude. Wow, man. 2003 is the year I met Jot. Also my favorite year to be a Sonic fan. I think that was the best year for Sonic. I will still stand by that. That's crazy. Where do I send specific references for a drawing request? You could do it on Twitter. You could do it on Discord, like through Axel's server. There is a reference board. Let me see. Let me get the name of it one more time. Hold on. Because there is a specific place you can put it. It's called Community Refs. It's under Art Channel.
Hey,
oh my god.
You got it.
Jesus fuck.
Could you please draw my Demon Ex Machina, Titanic Cyan character?
I sure can. Thank you so much, Crystal Takal. Let me go ahead and update the amount of sketches remaining. 1 remaining. Alright, let's see here. Thank you, Crystal Takal. Appreciate you. There we go. Trying to get like a look of dread here. There we go.
Hey, princess. You got a donation.
Winter Rain, thank you so much for
Can
the
I
40.
get Princess Elise in the pose I'll send to your Twitter and she can be dressed like Hilda from Pokemon?
Yes, that is perfectly fine. Thank you so much, man. And with that, looks like all sketches are taken. And you know what, Paynet, if you still want a sketch, that's totally fine. Even though they're all taken, I will still do yours as well. If you are still down for it. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. It's Sonic's 35th this year. Yeah, that's insane. That's crazy. I'm as old as Sonic. That's insane. I was a baby when Sonic 1 came out. I'm an old man. Yes, that's totally fine, Paynette. Totally fine. Can add like these lines of dread here. Might look like hair, so I'm just gonna... I won't do that. It should be able to... Can the ears be more like the reference picture? Yeah, I could do that. I put the ears behind his head to make it like they're kind of hanging back more. To make it kind of look like he was more afraid. But sure, yeah, I could do that. No worries. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. My life force is attached to Sonic. Oh, dear God. Like that one guy who was born and died the same days as Life magazine. What? What? What are you saying? Huh? What? Betty Boop. Yes, Betty Boop, her first design anyway, is in the public domain. Same with Pluto. Very first design of him anyway. And, you know, Disney's going to hang on to the you know, the differences, the different designs there. Designs do matter. They do matter. Don't let people who don't care about art tell you otherwise. Design does matter. Every little nook and cranny of design, it matters. Everything matters. It does. Everything works together. All these little details in a design, everything works together to...
Hey,
oh my God,
you got a donation.
Hey, Nat, thank you for the 40.
I sent the references on the community board tab on Axel's server. Dunno if I pinged the right account.
Let me go ahead and take a look, Paynet. I will tell you if you did it correctly. I'm sure you did, but if not, I will help you. Community ref. Yep, yes, you tagged me right. That is correct. Yep. When are we expecting dumb, lazy horror movies based on them? I'm sure people are already on it. I'm sure people are already on that shit. But thank you so much, Paynette. Speaking of dog, I'm assuming Pluto's yellow color cannot be used for another decade. Yeah, they're probably gonna hang on to the fact that it was black and white. I mean, because let's be real, they don't make Pluto merchandise in black and white. If they do, I've totally missed it. I am not a Disney adult. I know some people who are, but I am not one of them. The biggest one I know is Justin Joppa. He's the biggest Disney adult that I know. Oh my God. You can quote him. You can quote me on that. Go tell him I called him a Disney adult. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let me see here. Someone was born in the first issue of Life magazine. Oh, Jesus, that sucks. Ugh. Jot's a Disney adult? Yeah, he totally is. Oh, wait, I'm missing the bangs here. Hold on. Oh, man. Yeah, I actually share the same birthday as, Walt Disney. It's funny that we're just, you know, we're talking about Disney adults. I was born on the same day, not year, but the same day as him. Same city, too, which is really weird, but okay. Jot, what's your favorite Disney park attraction and why? People want to know. Yeah. Fluffy Nerd says, yeah, I'm not pulling the pin on that grenade. You're smart. Oh man. Oh my god. Is bro even here? No, he's not. I was gonna say, damn, you're so old. Me? Oh yeah. I mean, I am old. Yeah, yeah, totally. I'm old. Yeah, for sure. I'm an old man. But whatever. Whatever. I remember I was afraid of turning 10 because I thought that was old when I was 9. I was afraid of turning 13 because when I was 12, I thought it meant that I was no longer a kid. I was afraid, well, when turning 18, you know, at that point I was over it. But like all these milestone years, like 18, 21, 30, they kind of stop meaning something to you once you stop taking, I guess, like if you stop viewing it as so old, because old is more of like, old is a varied definition. There's no one straight definition to what being old is. So I may be old to somebody who's like 20 or 15 or something, but I'm gonna be a baby to somebody who's like 45, right? Or 50 or 60. It's all relative. So if, you know, if I'm talking to like a kid, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm old. But if I'm talking to an adult who is older than me or a senior citizen, I'm gonna be like, they're gonna say, yeah, you're young. Happens to me all the time. Dude, it's so weird. When I went to LA like a year or two ago, the guy behind the counter called me young man when I was getting my food. I was like, dude, I'm not. Oh, I'm what? It's so weird. Yeah, turning 30 is not a big deal, and I think a lot of people need to stop acting like that's the end of your life, because it's really not. It really isn't. Like, if you think that's when life is over, then well, I guess I feel sorry for you. I don't know really what else to say. Sonic Rev didn't happen. Okay, then it was 2020. Wait. Hold on. The year just changed. It was 2024. 2024 when it happened. Not 2025. Yeah, it's definitely a frame of mind. I agree, Mr. Supersonic. I agree. Okay, so this character is going to be behind him. Let's see here. Yes, you were there. Yes, that is definitely a fact. You think Sonic Rev will happen this year? Yes. The reason why it didn't happen last year, 2025, is because they wanted to go all out for this year's Sonic Rev. That's why. Yeah, no, they wanted to. They're making a big deal out of the 35th anniversary. I don't know if Axel and I will be going this year. That's still kind of up in the air. We'll let you guys know as soon as we know, but, you know, we're still thinking on it. We're talking about it. Yeah, no, but the times we did go, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Dude, up, down, all around, I would love that if you could. I would love that. You could sit at our table with us. That's what our friends Flo and Katie did when they came to visit us last time. It'd be cool if Jot and Sleesa could come. Don't count on Jot. That's not happening. Sleesa is more likely, but also it's difficult. I would love that, though. Yeah, no, Jot isn't going to make it out there. I know that. Yeah, you and Bird could both sit at our table with us, for sure. We would love that. There we go. But you guys are probably going to want to, like, walk around and shit. Yeah, Fluffy Nerd, we would love that, dude. Yeah, we would love that. But yeah, up, down, all around. If you and Bird can make it out there, you guys can definitely sit at our table with us. We would love to have you guys there with us. It'd be so cool. The con is pretty small, right? Yeah, it's small. It all takes place pretty much in like this. The last one took place in the size of a gymnasium. And before that, it took place in like the size of a small restaurant. So I went to 2019. I went to 2023 and 2024. Yeah, those are the ones I went to. And 2023 and 2024 both took place in the same building. It was like a gymnasium, kind of. It was the size of that. Relatively, you know, like about that size. And 2019 took place, it was like a restaurant, right? It wasn't like a super big one. Think just like an Olive Garden, but maybe a little smaller. There were different rooms and stuff. We were seated right next to Sasso. And Ryan Drummond and all that. It was cool. Oh, that's so nice, though. I've always wanted to go to a Sonic-centric convention. Yeah! I'm surprised you haven't already! You've been to Japan, but you haven't been to a Sonic convention yet. Well, to be fair, I went to Japan before I went to a Sonic convention. So I guess it all, you know, that's kind of how it goes. There we go. I'm going to make this a bit more angular. But yeah, I went to Japan in 2018, went to my first Sonic convention in 2019. Right before COVID. Good times though, man. Yeah, you better not chicken out on meeting Jason. I've been to Joy Palace and one of the Sonics from the UFO Catcher, but no Sonic convention. Well, maybe you know that just means it's on the horizon. Maybe that just means you're almost there. Hello, Captain Price. It'd still be awesome to see Jot and Sleesa. I agree, but like I said, I wouldn't count on Jot. That's unfortunately not going to happen. At least not soon. But Sleesa, again, not incredibly likely, but more likely. She wants to make it out, but what's stopping her is, you know, obviously she doesn't live in the US. So that is the biggest hurdle with that. She really wants to, and we want to do what we can to help make it happen, but it's just hard. Before getting Atheon as its name, the character was created during my depression and grief while I lost Cat. The character wasn't intended to be an actual villain until the last minute. I see. Well, I'm glad that you have created a character that resonates with you so much and was most likely instrumental in helping you get past your grief to get through it. Oh. Let me see. Filling this in sometimes can be a pain because if there's one small part that doesn't connect, the whole thing gets filled in. There we go. Making it look like he's got gingivitis. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to add more lines to it to make it seem a bit more like creepy. What's up, Spark? Tavon, how are you guys doing? On it, 2026 is the year of the Sonic convention. Yeah, you know what? Like, if we do go, I'm gonna make a shit ton of Amy merch. Well, even if I don't do it this year, it would be next year. Basically because of the movie, you know, Amy's gonna be really popular, Amy and Metal Sonic. So I'm gonna make sure I make a shit ton of Amy stuff. Because, like, when we went in 2024, yeah, 2024, I tried to make as much Shadow stuff as I could. And I love Amy. Amy's one of my favorite characters, so I'm pretty stoked. Pretty stoked to see just what kind of highlights we can get with Amy. There we go. You had a huge crush on Amy when you were in elementary school? Same. I did too. I did as well, yeah. Yeah, no, when I was a kid, I was also crushing on Amy. When I was like 11, 12. I was playing Sonic Adventure on my Dreamcast, and I was just like, oh man, she's so cool. Oh, what was wrong with me? Oh, I bet at least one child would be like, Amy is Sonic's sister? I don't really know about that. You're more likely to get people to think that Tails is a girl, which was far more common back then. Not really anymore, but maybe you still get people like that. It was the same group of people who were like, oh, Tweety Bird's a girl. No. Just because it has eyelashes doesn't mean it's a girl. Do you think SpongeBob's a girl? No, I don't think so. SpongeBob SquarePants, not SpongeBob Square Skirt. Pretty sure kids back then thought that because, you know, Amy was the second hedgehog we've seen in the games. Well, back then, yes, Amy was the second hedgehog. However, not many people had a Sega CD. So, yeah, no, back then, Sonic, or Amy and Metal Sonic were like, kind of like on the obscure end. Sonic CD didn't really become like a big thing until like 2011, I want to say, when the Christian Whitehead port came out. Because before that, Sega had, you know, it was hard for them to emulate it and include it in bundles like with the rest of the games. It was pretty much always excluded until they figured out how to port the PC version for Gems Collection in 2005. But yeah, before that, it was just always kind of absent. It was never really like that important of a game. It was only important because it introduced Metal Sonic and Amy. That was it. But you know, it was always seen as like a game you could skip if you wanted to. It was never considered like essential. And because Amy's pink and Sonic's blue, people always, if people like knew who Amy was, they're like, oh, that's like the Minnie Mouse of Sonic, right? So I don't think they viewed it as Sonic's sister or anything like that. When I first saw Modern Amy, I didn't realize that it was classic Amy. Or I mean, I didn't realize they're the same character. I thought it was Knuckles' sister at first, actually, because the hair seemed similar. It wasn't until I played Sonic Shuffle, I realized that, oh, this is the same character but with a different design. Okay, that makes sense. The North American manual also called her Princess Sally. Yes, that is true. That is true because the first time I seen Metal was in the OVA. The only time I got a glimpse of Sonic CD was seeing an animation in Mega Collection. That was the first time I got to see the opening to Sonic CD, was Mega Collection. Because, you know, that was before YouTube, and I had Sega CD for the PC, but my PC couldn't play it. It would only work on, like, Windows 95 and 98, and I had a Windows ME, which came out in, like, 2000, so it wouldn't play on it. I had to download a patch from... what's that called? Sonic Cult, of all websites, to get it to work. Dude, yeah, I was hellbent in kindergarten that Amy was just Sonya from Sonic Underground because my dumbass was like, well, they're both pink. Oh my god. So, CD was the future connected of the franchise? What do you mean? Also, fun fact, Atheon's name was also based on SML Wiki's Atheon, but different. Their Atheon was never a physical form. Atheon comes from ancient Greek, meaning burning, blazing, or shining. Nice. One question, I wonder, will they reference the Sonic OVA in the movie? Maybe. You never know. Like, they throw in Easter eggs to, like, everything. Dude, wait, you didn't play Sonic Schoolhouse instead? You missed out. Uh-huh. You and your Sonic Schoolhouse. Oh, man. Yeah, I've never played Sonic Schoolhouse, but I knew what it was because I went on Sonic HQ and caught up with, like, everything that I had missed prior to that. And I was really impressed. I was like, I didn't know there were portable Sonic games. What? And this was before the Game Boy Advance, like, Sonic Advance came out, right? I was like, I didn't know there were portable games. That's so cool. I didn't know that. I only knew of the Genesis and the 32X. That's it. Loki, I could see a lot of shots from the OVA being referenced while they're fighting. The shots in that movie, or the movie, are iconic. Yes, that's true. And, of course... they were referenced heavily in the OKKO special, which obviously they got an okay from Sega for that. I wouldn't get the reference. Oh, okay, Xenoblade, of course. Well, could you at least explain what you mean? I mean, they'll probably put in like a strange "Isn't It" or something. They might. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to do that. And it might be read a little differently.
Remember to wash your butt crack.
Because, like, they did that with, like, Sonic talking about, like, no food or movies, I'm out of here. Like, they added that into movie 3, but that was a pretty safe line to add. What I'm waiting on is Pingus. We need Pingus in there. If they can put it in Sonic Boom, they can put it in the movies. Have I seen the abridged version of the OVA yet? No, I have not. Wait, this one doesn't have a hand. This side there doesn't have a hand. Just realized that. It'll only work if we get Jim Carrey back as Eggman. I agree, and I feel like it'll be really hard for the movies to continue without him. I'm gonna be real. I feel like the movies kind of need him. And, like, I get that the Sonic fans are gonna, like, gas up whatever movie comes out anyway, but, like, come on, guys. Like, Jim Carrey is what is, like, a lot of the casual audiences care about. go. Jim Carrey would say Pingus. He would. I know he would. But would it be in the script, though? Give me a second. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tony. I still need to check that out when I get the chance. There we go. And he's got like another arm, scythe arm kind of coming out of the other side as well. Let me see. Where is it? Here it is. But yeah, no, I think them adding references to the OVA, you know, at least one, I think that's a given at this point. I would expect it. To be fair, I would expect at least something. But, you know, there's always the off chance that we won't get it. Like, they put fucking Sanic in the movies, dude. Sanic. Let's be for real. Like, they'll probably put an OVA reference in somewhere. He has both hands. That thing was from his back. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay, let me go ahead and change this then. Put Sarah in the movie. Yeah, no, that's... Oh, man. Let's put Chris Thorndike in the movies. Like, I know some people would... Like, most people would fucking hate that, but I would actually like it, because I like Chris Thorndike. He's cool. Chris is my boy. I like Chris. Always have. Always been a big Chris fan. We don't need Chris. We got Tom, and he's better. I mean, I guess. I guess. I don't know. I still think Chris is more interesting because he's got more character outside of just being Sonic's dad. You know, he's a vulnerable character that that, you know, Sonic has a positive influence on. Like, and of course that happens with Tom as well, but it's more so the other way around. Like in Sonic X, Sonic has more of the Tom role, and Chris has more of the Sonic role from the movies. But yeah, I remember when the first movie came out, I was like, this setup is kind of remarkably similar to Sonic X. I so wild that the OVA made the doc wanting to cross the line with Sarah. What do you mean? Like he wanted to like date her, like have a family with her? Is that what you mean? Husband, wait, didn't Tom die? No, he's alive. Husband, damn it. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess the whole thing was like Sarah was more like just like the love interest for. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Like that's why like she was involved in the plot. like Eggman wanted to marry her, basically. Yeah, I mean it's kind of similar to like Bowser and Peach, you know. Kidnapping, marriage, yada yada yada, that stuff. Well, I mean, I'm glad that Tom didn't die. You know, I think that would be kind of dark for like a kid's Sonic movie. I mean, like, it. Do I think it'd be best for the movie? Oh, for sure. But like, let's be real here. Let's remember what this is, right? I've always loved Sarah since you were a kid. When I saw the OV for the first time, I'm like, oh my god, I love her. I always thought she was cool. Yeah, she always intrigued me, like with like the ears and the tail and stuff. Very, very peculiar. Very product of the time. At least Bowser and Peach are in the same age range. Which, when I think about it, not a lot of people talk about how many of the Mario cast are in their 20s. I remember before, a lot of people thought, excuse me, like Mario is at least in his like mid to mid 30s to like 50s or something. They thought Mario was older than he already was. And like not saying that it's right, but back then, age like with fictional characters was never really seen as like nearly as much of a big deal as it is now. Back then, people like creators just really didn't give a fuck. Sarah was, you know, like a young adult, and you know, like with arranged, like political like rate, like blah, trying to talk, political arranged marriages, often, you know, throughout history, involved various different age gaps. Again, not saying it's right. I'm just saying like this is where it probably came from. And back then in anime and cartoons and shit like that, if the character looked adult, like nobody cared. But nowadays, like it's definitely something that a lot of people tend to talk about. Mario dropped that hair care routine, then having no gray hairs in your 40s. Wait, what? Yeah, yeah. Mario does have no gray hair, but it's weird how his mustache and his hair are two different colors. It's crazy. Um, and one more fact, probably won't say again for a while, is that despite that Atheon's evil behavior and his goal is to end more than just one universe, he's actually depressed and afraid on the inside. Yeah, I probably vulnerable. Yeah, just feels vulnerable. um, I'm I remember how adamant about them not killing. I remember how you were adamant about them not killing Maria in the third movie. Not only did she die, they straight up showed her body. I was more like, yeah, I didn't think she was gonna die. At least I didn't think she was gonna die the same way that she would in the games. Like her death kind of happened off screen, and her death was, I mean, her body was still kind of like in the background. It was never really like a sole focus, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I don't know. I still feel like Tom, like 3 movies in, would be too much. Like Maria was always put there to die, and she only existed in like a flashback. Let's see here. She was like Uncle Ben. Yeah, I guess, yeah. At least Uncle Ben, you know, took place in the present. But, like, given how much they changed about Shadow, you know, to begin with, you know, yeah, like, it was, like, changes need to happen. And usually, you know, like, I was expecting Maria's, you know, death to be altered, if not omitted completely. And it was altered. It was absolutely altered. Not only did they kill her, they did it in a more gruesome way too. She straight up took an explosion to the face. I don't really remember how they portrayed the explosion. I just remember it being like kind of off screen. Like it wasn't really shown. It was just more so implied. Like we didn't see it actually happen to her. But I think I only saw the movie like once, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think they handled Maria's death really well. Like, it resonated with kids, and the space fight were the two biggest things my students have talked about in regards to the movie. You know, that was cool. That was really cool. And I remember when that was first coming out, people were like, oh my god, it's like Dragon Ball Z. It's like, look, I love Dragon Ball as much as you guys do. But, like, why do a lot of people want Sonic to be something, like, other than Sonic? Why do people want Sonic to be like other things? You know, I don't know. I've always wondered that. But yeah, from what I remember of the, you know, Sonic movie 3, I do not remember a body, and if there was a body, it was like far away. Gerald and Shadow like leaning over her is what I remember, but I do not remember like them showing it. You know what I mean? Happened off screen, highly implied. Well, yeah, I know. I mean, of course, Super Sonic and Super Shadow are, you know, obvious nods to it, but it was more so the fighting itself, which was really cool. But I just remember the selling point was people being like, "Oh, it's Dragon Ball," which, yeah, is cool. But like, I think this is when, you know, when people say Sonic has like an identity crisis, that's kind of like what they mean. Seriously curious how they're gonna do the Black Arms in the movie for Hump. Yeah, like, I feel like that can't happen now. It's not even worth including them. They changed Shadow so much now that unless he came, like, he was sent to Earth from the Black Arms, but then it's just, making it so fucky. Man, oh, I've never seen Man of Steel. Check DMs. Okay. I'm checking. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I don't see her. I just see Shadow. That looks like Sonic, actually. And Gerald. That's all I see. I don't see Maria. Like, you can't even see her. It's purposefully set up like that so you can't see a dead kid. In all honesty, I do miss when Sonic could be multiple things. Now the brand is so overly protected that we'll never get back the balanced version Sega had almost a few times. I agree with you. I agree with you. I miss when Sonic was pushing boundaries and setting trends rather than following them. Like right now, people are like, "Oh yeah, Cross Worlds versus Mario Kart." It's like, guys, come on. And they're like, "Oh, Frontiers, Breath of the Wild." It's like, guys, come on. Ugh. Like I get that Sonic was, created to be a competitor to the original Super Mario games, but it definitely had its own identity, and it branched off to be entirely its own thing. But everything does this. Like one of my favorite Sonic games, Sonic Shuffle. You could say that about like Mario Party, right? Like sometimes that's gonna happen, especially if there's certain things that are popular. But I do miss when Sonic used to be a trend setter rather than a trend follower. Because like I'm saying, like even when he was setting trends, I'm not saying he didn't. There are times where he didn't follow trends, but but nowadays it seems like that's pretty much almost always is what's happening. Bucky, how are you doing, dude? How you doing, man? Okay, so I'm gonna set this behind him like a gradient. There we go. How much cheese would you need to end world hunger? That's a great question that I wish I knew the answer to. I'm going to say maybe 304 slices. You can definitely see Maria there. I'm sorry, man, but it's not clear. Like I'm saying, it's obviously you can tell that it's supposed to be her right here, but like, you can't make out a body, dude. It just looks like Gerald and Sonic, because like the quills aren't going up here. Just like breaking down in a trash heap. It looks like Gerald and Sonic, having a moment in LA. Oh. But yeah, you can't make out a body. It's not clear. Like, I guess you can kind of see feet, but like, you can't tell. Like, the only reason why you know what happened was because of the explosion that was there in the previous scene. But it's not a clear thing. Like, this was done well for a kids movie, but it's not clear. You're good? That's awesome, man. Please answer my question. Would you rather put your microwave in your stove or put your stove in your microwave? I would not put anything metal in my microwave. I would not do that. Sadly, a good portion of the world is lactose intolerant. Yeah. In fact, in a perfect world without the Penders nonsense, Sonic would be allowed to show more emotions. Yeah, I feel like that really screwed a lot of it up. I mean, I'm not just saying that's simply because of that, but just a long time of Sega just having kind of like a loose, like allowing other companies to have like a loose grip on the IP. Yeah, it's just a little strange. You're not gonna say it's funny when people say this. It was done well in the kids' movie. There's a lot of people. I've never seen that one right there. Looks like a body to me. It does. It's not a clear one. It's only you can tell it's a body because of the way they're leaning down, and because of what just happened beforehand. But it's not clear. What's up, Alex Mo? But yeah, no, it was purposefully done like that so it wouldn't traumatize kids. But David Snoopy, how's this looking, man? You can get rid of lactose and cheese by aging it. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it, dude. I will send it to you after the stream. I'm going to move on to the next one here, which is Crystal to Call. Could you please draw my Diamond, Machina, Titanic, Scion character? Yes. Oh, okay. I did art of her before. Awesome. Are her eyes still the same? Because they look kind of different in the images that you sent. Like the whites of her eyes, or what are I drew them as black last time. They look kind of gray. Oh, it's a different character. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you. Let's see. There we go. Titanic Scion is the sequel set centuries or millennia later, depending if you did the good or bad ending of the first. Oh, I see. I understand. Oh yeah, Shadow's quills aren't actually pointed down in the shot. It's just a weird angle where his up-pointing quills are more to the side. Yeah, no, I think it was just, I was just being, facetious about it. Yeah, like, I know that just is the way it's pictured. It just looks kind of funny, is all. Hello, Ethan, Noah. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, right, Fluffy Nerd. We didn't get a chance to listen to that yet. We're going to have to do that really soon. Shit, I'm so sorry. We had such a busy past few days with, like, New Year's and stuff. Thank you for reminding me. You'll be heading out, be eating Sonic. Nice, have fun. Take care, dude. Thanks again. Yeah, of course. Of course, dude. Will do. Let's see. Go. Let's see. Okay. So she still has the pigtails. But yeah, what did you guys do for New Year's? Like it's the second. It's the second. Can you believe that? We're already in the new year and the holidays are over. That's insane. Just relaxing. Good. That is very nice. You worked? You closed early. Good. I hope you got, like, paid overtime or something. Trying to decide how I want the pose here. Wait, you actually went to Times Square to watch the ball drop? That's cool. We just watched it on TV. Wait, I think I know how I want this.
Remember to wash your butt crack.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Thanks, Toad. I am really excited for the Mario Galaxy movie. I think that's going to be awesome. Thank you, Toad. Yes. Exactly. Thank you, Toad. I'll remember to do that. Oh, okay, you watched it on TV. Nice. Good shit. Yeah, we watched it on TV at we went to Ashlyn and Rich's place. So that's where we were at. It was cool. Changing the expression. It was just a placeholder. How did I do it before? Okay. Let me see. How do I want to do this expression? Why not a smile? Let's see. Let's see. We turned the ball drop on for like 15 minutes, had a New Year's kiss, and went back to the party. Nice. Oh, you were at a party? Oh, nice, nice. That's cool. I hope you guys had fun at the party. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Taking your sibling to go see the Mario movie. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Honestly, Danny and I stayed home and celebrated for like 3 seconds when it struck midnight. 3 seconds. You know, that's good. 3 seconds is good. Not too long, not too short. It's just right. But it's just wild. Just 2026, man. That's insane. You're curious how they're gonna put Yoshi into the plot? Well, I mean, he was Yoshi was a background animal in one of the scenes in the first one. You watched Zootopia 2. It was a fun movie. It is fun. It became the highest grossing animated Disney movie. Can you believe that? It beat Frozen 2, which is awesome. I love that. Fuck yeah. That's actually a really big accomplishment. Like, I like Frozen. Frozen's fine. But like I like it when, you know, nothing sits on top of the throne for, you know, basically forever. Like, it was nice when Avengers Endgame dethroned, what was it? Avatar, only for it to happen again. I'm gonna change the hand down here. Wait, are we getting Avengers, what is it? Secret Wars? Is that the one we're getting this year, or is that the following one? Which one are we getting this year? Because I know we're getting one of them. Or is it Doomsday? Which one are we getting? We're getting Doomsday first. Okay. All right. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. I don't think it's going to be as good as the, like, you know, obviously like Endgame and all that, right? But or maybe even like the original, any of the original Avengers movies, like maybe Age of Ultron. I don't know. We'll see. But I really am looking forward to seeing what they do with it. Change her the direction of where she's looking. There we go. You're excited to see Doctor Doom? Me too. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. Yes, I'm excited for that. Let's see here. Spider-Man. Wait, the fourth one, right? In the MCU? Brand New Day, is it called? Is that what it's called? I'm trying to remember. Is it Brand New Day? Shorten this finger here. Elongate this one a little bit. There we go. Yes, Brand New Day. Yeah. No, I'm excited for that too. I've seen every Spider-Man movie except for the first Andrew Garfield one, Amazing Spider-Man, in theaters. Since the first Tobey Maguire one. The first Tobey Maguire one. I've seen all of them in theaters. The one I disliked the most was Spider-Man 3. Oh, man. So, my buddy... okay, so Jot and our buddy Alex the Swell, we went to go see Spider-Man 3 together when that came out. I think it was out for like a month at that time. And the entire time, I don't think it was the entire time, but throughout the movie, all three of us just kept going. Oh man, we probably pissed off so many people. We were such dumb kids, man. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Like every time we were just going and we're just giggling the entire time. Oh, dude, we were such inconsiderate kids. Ugh. I hate it. Yeah, that's what we were doing. Yeah, me, Jot, and Alexander the Swell were doing that. We were together in a theater with his dad, mind you. He drove us. His dad drove us to go see it. And just the entire time, we were just making fart noises. Spider-Man 3 is a lot better when you embrace cringe culture. Yeah, I'm sure. But at the time, it was just everyone clowned on it. But like, I haven't seen it since it came out. I think that was like 19 years ago. So it was definitely, you know, it's been a hot minute. Speaking of cringe culture, remember that one period of time when Sonic was the internet's punching bag? Yeah, because there were a lot of bad games that came out. Yes, I remember. Some games didn't deserve it, but there were a lot of bad games that, you know, rightfully deserved to be criticized. For sure. I'm not going to act like there wasn't. So, yeah, no, I think that was just the natural order of things. it didn't become a punching bag because people just woke up and one day decided in unison that Sonic was bad. It's Sonic released several half-baked, unfinished, bad games, and people were just making fun of the downfall of a once great series that had an impact on, that threatened Nintendo's hold on the video game market share, and now it's turned into this shit. That's why it got made fun of so bad. I do not think Sonic was a victim, like overall, of people just making fun of it, because I feel like a lot of it was, self-inflicted by Sega themselves. I don't know if that's like a hot take or something, but basically during that dark age of, where Sonic was like a punching bag, nobody ganged up on Sonic. Sega even made fun of Sonic at the time. So, like, it was definitely part of the culture that Sega themselves embraced. It was just a different time. You're a Sonic 06 defender till the day you die. I've always been that way. Well, the thing is with me is I try to find the good and bad in everything. I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Sonic 06 had a ton of redeemable aspects about it. And it had a lot of bad about it too. And unfortunately, what it needed to be at the time, it wasn't. And it's an easier pill to swallow with time. But yeah, when it came out, it was a total colossal disaster. I liked it when Venom was like, "It's Venom time." Vitamin. It's vitamin time. Eat your vitamins. Why were you doing that? Like, I know you said you guys were annoying kids, but like, why though? I couldn't even tell you. I have no clue. I don't even know. I can't give you an answer. We were kids and we thought it would be funny. I don't think it's funny anymore, obviously. I look back on that, I'm like, oof, that is, would not do that again. Was it Sega that forced the devs to release it early? That's one of the problems with it. I think that, the games needing to be rushed to meet certain holiday releases is a huge aspect to what's wrong with it. But there are some games that I think, like, even if it had more time, that couldn't have saved it. Like, even if, like, Sonic 06 had more time, I still think its story is not good. Like, it had some good ideas, but I don't think the story needed more time. The gameplay needed more time. The game is the problem, the main problem with Sonic 06. The story is fucking whatever, even though, like, that's the least of the game's problems. People like to focus on the Elise kiss. Like, that's what ruined the game. It's like, most people who have played Sonic 06 didn't even get to the end, where that scene happens. People know about it because people make fun of it, or they just watched a clip of it on YouTube. That's it. That scene is not what ruined the game. What ruined the game is not a good game. That is what happened. And like I said, it's got plenty of redeemable aspects about it. Plenty of it. But there's also a lot of bad that I feel like a lot of, I don't want to say the entire game is bad because of it. I want to give praise to the parts of the game that deserve praise. You watched Morbius at 6 a.m. on a plane? That sounds awesome. I'll see if the plane to Japan, when I go to Japan in a few weeks, I'll see if they have it. Maybe I'll watch it. It sounds like a good idea. Do that in the theater is a no-go. Better wait for home media to do that. Making noises while watching the film? I agree. I agree with you. Secret Rings also comes to mind. Really love aspects like Shara and her friendship with Sonic. The gameplay is not for me at all. I remember when it came out, I was all for it. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing. But, you know, back then, everyone had Wii fever. And anything like with like those primitive motion controls was seen as like revolutionary and cool. Funny that the Wii's original name was Revolution, but or at least its code name was. But yeah, no, a lot of people were gassing up motion controls at the time. Wii motion controls is the next best thing. And that's where the future of gaming was headed. People made such a big deal out of that. We're all busy that weekend. Please re-release Morbius in theaters a third time. But yeah, I remember liking Secret Rings when I played it initially. And then I tried going back to it like over 10 years later. And I was like, wow, this game is not good. Wow. Like, yeah, like I think there's a lot of Sonic games that have great stories. And there are some Sonic games, you know, great stories, bad gameplay. Bad stories, bad gameplay. Good stories, good gameplay. I don't like to say like, oh yeah, the story's bad because the game is bad and vice versa. You know, I don't want to do that. Because I want the team to work with what works and stop working with what doesn't. That's the best way to refine, you know, the series. And if we keep sticking to this boost gameplay, we're not going to do that. Like, I think Lost World was a step in the right direction in terms of gameplay. But they got cold feet because the game didn't get, like, the same kind of reception as Colors and Generations. So they just went right back to it. And here we are, 13 years later, still with boost gameplay after Lost World. It's insane. Well, that's implying, or at least assuming, that the next game is going to have boost gameplay, but like they haven't given us any reason to believe that they would change it at this point. Like, and there's nothing wrong with the boost gameplay. I just feel like maybe they kind of done everything they could with it at this point. I know Frontiers, like the cyberspace levels are like not the main thing, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot from Lost World that they could have taken, but instead they just dropped the entire thing. I liked the gameplay in Lost World. I liked it. The story, no. The story was hot ass. No. That story was not good. I think the custom avatar was a solid concept that should have been expanded upon more. I agree. I don't like its integration into the plot, though. I know it's going to make it a little hard to, like, kind of make it work. But I feel like, I don't know. It's really hard to say. Actually, you know what? I think I have an idea what I'm going to do with this arm. I like the Zeddy. I do like the Zeddy. Let me see. But yeah, no, I like the Zeddy. I think they have cool designs. I don't like that they have... they're just basically like archetype characters. Like one-dimensional personality. Not really a fan of that, but like the rest of the characters are the same way, like Sonic, Tails, Eggman, they're all the same. They have one-note personalities in that game too. But So it's not really like the Zeti that are really an issue. It's not them specifically. Surprised there's only 6 Zeti with a name like Deadly 6. Surprised there's not 7 of them. Like Deadly 7? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows, really? Lost World would have been better if the enemy just... if the games didn't have the Zeti. I feel like, like I said, the Zeti was the least of the game's problems. The story was just bad. Boss fights... The boss fights were not good either. But the gameplay, like the levels, like with the parkour, that was cool. I liked that. The run button was certainly a choice. But I feel like, you know... if done right, it could be cool. It could work. Do I think it's necessary? No. But do I think it's the worst thing in the world? No. No, I don't. Yeah, I still believe Forces could have been a good game if they got a better story writer. I'll say I think that's when Ian should have started writing for the games. Okay. So, here's my take on the writers. I don't think Pontac and Graf are to blame for the stories being bad in the meta era. I feel like they were just some guys hired to do a job that Sega wanted them to do. They did what they were told, and they got a paycheck. They didn't know everything about, you know, the Sonic lore, but that's Sega's job to fill them in. It sucks that they had to go out of their way to seek out knowledge because Sega didn't supply that information to them. We shouldn't hire people who, you know, at least at the time, like I think we should definitely give them a break for not being like knowing everything about Sonic, or at least more than some basic stuff. If they don't know it, it's Sega's responsibility to fill them in. And I feel like a lot of people blame the writers who are just told to write, you know, a story with this tone, because they have names and faces that it's a lot easier to put the blame on than like a corporate entity like Sega. And Ian is doing the same thing. He's being told to write what he's writing what Sega wants him to write. So yeah, no, I think that, you know, that Pontac and Graf could have been, you know, they could have made some decent stuff if Sega wanted them to. But yeah, no, Ian also faces a lot of similar hurdles that the previous writers do, but they tell Ian, like, hey, we want a more serious game. They don't just hire writers who then are like this. They don't tell the writers, like, hey, you can write whatever you want. No, they tell them, like, hey, this is an idea that we have. This is the tone we want. These are the guidelines you have to follow. And if Sega doesn't supply them with everything they need to know, then that's on Sega, and we need to hold Sega accountable and not people who were hired to just do their job. That's what I think, anyway. Like I said, it's a lot easier to blame people when, you know, when they have when there's faces attached to it, but, you know, the problem stems deeper than that. They just didn't have complete control over the stories. That's not realistic. That's actually also really dangerous. They can't just hire anyone they want to write whatever. Sega hires people to write what they want. Okay, cool. Now I can see what this is. I think all the limitations Sega puts on their writers is truly limiting the stories of the series. When there are little to no barriers, some of the best stories in the series are written for real. I agree. I feel like this focus on canon is a detriment to the series. I feel like the series is too far deep in to worry about anything resembling the concept of canon. Because before this, each game was kind of considered like its own entity, like its own kind of like time-locked event, and the viewer could basically choose to, like there were some games that obviously were canon, like Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, right? There's some stuff that's undeniable, but trying to get everything to fit in a series of over 30 years of history when it never took the canon seriously to begin with, or at least it took it loosely. It was a loose canon in a in a floating timeline, no less. Like, taking that seriously, it's too late, and it won't work. Why focus on canon when you don't age the characters? You, like, the passage of time is incredibly vague. It's just really, really weird to me that I just don't think it's worth it. I don't know. I feel like it holds back. Like, instead of being like, hey, wouldn't it be really cool if Sonic did this or that? And they'd be like, wait, no, you can't do that because this one thing he did in Sonic Spinball back in 1993, you can't do that. Okay. Like, they're so afraid of tripping over themselves and contradicting themselves. They're just going to take half measures. And it's like, it's not even worth it, man. Like, my favorite Sonic story, at least my favorite Sonic story that's told, my favorite Sonic plot is from Sonic X. And that doesn't worry about tying itself to the games at all. It loosely has some, like, Sonic Adventure and Sonic Battle adaptations, but, like, it takes plenty of liberties, and it doesn't try to make it any more than that. It makes it clear that it's not the same continuity as the games. It's just inspired by it. And if it was really all caught up in trying to be a part of the game's continuity, then the show would have sucked. I'm sorry. It would have sucked. And then you'd have Prime. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Prime. Well, my first issue with Prime is just how kiddie it is. And I get that Sonic is for kids, but I just feel like there's just something about it. It just, when I tried watching it, it just really felt like wow, they really, really aged down the, it just feels like they thought that, I don't know, like, Sonic wasn't like that before, at least entirely. It was just really strange to me. It feels like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog level almost, but at least that, is pretty clear on where it stands, right? Like, with, like, teaching kids this and that, like, all these morals and, it's a bit of a complicated thing, and I do think I should put a little bit more thought into it, but I just feel like Prime is a kid's show written in a way that makes it thinks its audience is stupid. It just feels like it doesn't have faith in its own audience, if that makes sense. Like, there are other kids shows that definitely treat its audience with a bit more respect, I think. I don't know. I watch and I'm just like, oh my god. If I had a kid, I can't imagine sitting down watching it with the kid. I feel like the kid would want to turn it off. I don't know. It's just not for me. It is what it is, though. I'll wait for the next show. And if they never make a Sonic show that I like ever again, that's okay, because I have Sonic X, and I'm happy with that. Sonic X is my favorite. Because, you know, that's also another thing, is, like, Sonic has been around for, like, over 30 years now, so everybody is going to have their own idea of what they think their best, you know, the best version of Sonic is, right? And that's just a consequence of a long-running series. Again, there's no canon. Each attempt was kind of its own new continuity, its own universe. Like, I know some people, not naming names, who like Sonic Underground, you know. Like, I'm sorry, but that's, like, almost as bad as Prime. They're, like, right there together. But, you know, I'm not going to blame them if that's what they watched as a kid. And if you watch, like, Sonic Prime and you like it, that's cool, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you're a kid and you watch it, that's awesome. It's just not what I associate with Sonic. And I get that it's important for things to change. It's important for things to grow. But I feel like there's also a way to do it without... It's just... I guess it'd be an easier pill to swallow if they said, hey... If they didn't say, hey, this is canon, and they're trying to also integrate everything together... You know what I'm saying? It kind of makes me feel like I have to watch it. Like, I have to... Because before, it was like, you could just consume what you want, right? You don't like this Sonic show? Okay, you don't have to watch it. Oh, you don't like Sonic Prime? Well, you're missing out on part of the canon then. It's like, what? What? So I have to sit through this shit? Really? Ugh. I don't know how else to explain it. Yes, exactly, Spark. I agree with you. I'd be complete... Blah, can't talk today. I'd be completely fine with Prime if the people behind it weren't so adamant about it being canon. If it weren't canon, I'd just be able to dismiss it. Yes, Prime is more annoying because I just feel like I can't ignore it. And it also gives me the same kind of vibe that in like 15, 20 years, Sega's just going to end up ignoring it anyway. And kind of writing it out of the main quote-unquote canon because it's not in a game. Don't you still have to finish Frontiers? Yes, I do. Yep. I still need to play that. Well, finish it. I've played some of it. And it's not the worst thing from what I've played. But I wasn't really, like... The writing was, I guess, fine. It was a step up from what we had. I don't know how I feel about the open zones. The cyberspace levels were cool. I liked those. You wish they'd write Frontiers out of the canon. Again, that's another thing. It's like, if you didn't like this Sonic game, you could just, like, kind of ignore it if you wanted to. But now it's like, yeah, everything is connected. Everything is canon. It's like, Sonic was never meant to kind of be like that. It has a loose canon. Sonic has a loose canon, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like that's how it should be, because now we're just gonna... Now they're just gonna be worried about contradicting themselves, and the characters can't and won't age. So, like, why have a timeline if you're not going to utilize it? Like, the passage of time is, like you can do a lot of cool stuff with that. But they're not going to. Instead, they're just going to act like time has passed. Like, with what... It's like they want their cake... They want to have their cake and eat it, too. Say, like, there's, like... Oh, yeah, there's, like, this timeline and stuff. But, like, at the same time, it's a floating timeline. So, like, the characters don't age. A lot of, like, everything kind of goes back to the status quo, especially as of recently. The adventure games were far more experimental with that. But nowadays, it's like, yeah, a lot of it just goes back to how it was at the beginning of the game. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you can't ignore Frontiers because it's age. Yeah, of course. But there's some people who didn't like Sonic Adventure 2 when that came out. It's like, yeah, you couldn't ignore that game because of Shadow, but you also didn't have to play it. Like, you could play Sonic 06 and still be like, okay, I've never played Sonic Adventure 2, but, you know, I didn't need this prerequisite. I didn't need to play this prerequisite game before that. The only one that was kind of like that, I guess, with Shadow is Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, playing that without playing Sonic Adventure 2 just feels a little weird to me. And, you know, of course, Sonic Heroes. But, it is what it is, I guess. I'm sure there were some people who have played it, you know, like that. But basically my point is everybody has their own idea of what they want Sonic to be, because Sonic is a franchise that has existed for a long time. And Sega has done many different things with the series. And they've walked back on prior commitments and ideas that other people have grown accustomed to. So, yeah, no, it's just... Now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you know what? We're going to make everything connect. It's like, that wasn't a concern before. All right, take care, up, down, all around. It was great having you here. And, Crystal Takal, how's this looking before I start coloring it? In terms of story, I do think Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and Unleashed that's when Sonic was at its best. 1, 2, and Unleashed. I think those are the best Sonic stories. And of course, Sonic 2 and Sonic 3 have good stories too, but they're so simplistic in nature that it's kind of... It just feels almost unfair to compare them to the adventure games, if that makes sense. Give me a second here. Okay. But, yeah, could you guys, or not, excuse me, Crystal Call, what do you think of the pose? Because I'm going to start coloring it if you like it. To this day, I never played more than one stage of SA2 because I lack the means on modern consoles. You had it on PS3 before switching to PS4. I see. Yeah, no, I mostly played it on Dreamcast and GameCube. I played it a little bit on PC, but that was pretty much it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Side strap for the undies like this right here. And, of course, with the lace. I'm sure you like the lace. So like that. Like, we know Sonic is a nomad who traveled the world rather than staying in one area. I still want to know if he has parents or if he's an orphan. I think it's more interesting if we don't know the answer to that. Because I don't think everything needs an answer. I think it's more interesting just knowing, like Sonic is like this kind of like this force of nature. And he's like part of nature. That's what I've always liked about Sonic. But I'm also open to, like, good ideas if something can be expanded upon. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest, I don't really care for Chaos. He was built up pretty well. But his whole resolution was just so lazily written. Oh, like he just needed his ass beat because he was pissed off? Is that what you mean? What? Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is going for $400 plus online? You're joking. No fucking way. That game was common as hell. That shit was everywhere. Everyone had it. What? No fucking way. Every single one of my friends who had a GameCube had it. That's the only Sonic game Axel had for GameCube, for crying out loud. Before I even met her. What? Is that fucking for real? Hold on. Let me go to video game. Is it VG Charts or something? Yeah, let me go there and look this up. Hold on. When did this happen? I'm assuming you mean for GameCube. The fuck? Hold on. Let's see. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Wait. Let's see. Hold on. What was the name of that website where you can check, like, the prices and stuff? I thought it was VG Charts, but it looks so different. It doesn't look what I what I remember. Yeah, it looks off to me. Did they just completely overhaul it? Hold on. Let's see. 1 second, guys. Let's see. What was the name of that site? Fuck. It was the Dreamcast version that was high. Yeah. Okay, that one. Yes, I remember that one being high for sure. It was the the GameCube one that was low, on the lower end. I think last I checked it went for like 150 bucks. Is it actually going for like 400 now? Like, seriously? Really? The fuck? First time you played the game was actually on the GameCube. A lot of people played it for the first time on the GameCube. Yeah, I remember that being like a big thing for a lot of Sonic fans. But yeah, I first played it on the Dreamcast before it came out on the GameCube. But I remember when it came out on the GameCube, I really wanted the GameCube version, but I was stuck with the Dreamcast version. I liked the Chow Garden a lot better in the GameCube one. I was like, God damn it. Oh, well, happy birthday, Arcade. That's awesome, man. Hope you had a good one. Or if you mean it's your birthday, like it's going into the 3rd, well, I hope you have a good one. What's the name of the old video where Shadow was sleeping and Sonic listens to what he was... What? I don't know what you're talking about. You never knew it got released on GameCube until about 2010? Holy shit. It was almost out for 10 years at that point. I find it funny that people thought that DX stands for Director's Cut, stands for Deluxe. Yeah, it's not clear though. The Director's Cut part of the title is really stupid. It's really, really dumb. It is really, really dumb. They didn't need to add that. Director's Cut? Like, what do you mean? They didn't change anything. They just made it fucking worse. Like, they didn't change or add anything to the story. Or the gameplay. Like, I mean, the graphics they changed, sure, and they just added some missions and shit. But, like, other than that, like, besides making it more broken, they didn't... Like, what do you mean it's a Director's Cut? What do you mean? The fuck? So even when I was a kid, that confused the hell out of me. I remember when I first saw a review for Sonic Adventure DX, I was so taken aback. I was like, wait, people don't like this game? The one on the Dreamcast was so good. Why would people dislike this? Yeah, it was really confusing to me. I was so excited for Sonic Adventure to come to the GameCube. Only to learn that people didn't really like it. I was like, what? So strange. Just turns out that wasn't really the best port. And do I think it's like the worst thing in the world? No, of course not. I think it's a perfectly serviceable game, and anybody who doesn't know any better isn't really going to notice, right? For the most part. Like, if there's no point of comparison, people are going to be like, oh, this is a perfectly fine game. But if you know better, then yes, you know, it's going to be pretty clear that DX is the lesser version. And when I was a kid, you know, I was all about it being on the GameCube. I liked how the GameCube was becoming Sonic's home, essentially. Like, you can just... It's like I could play all of my favorite games on this one console. I really liked that. You know, and that on top of, you know, the games coming out on, like, Game Boy Advance. I really liked that as well. Just felt like the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube... yeah, Game Boy Advance and GameCube were, like, synchronized to be, like this, like, a really good home for Sonic. And I was really digging it. Because before that, you know, if I wanted to play the Genesis games, I had to boot up the... I had to boot up the Genesis, which is always kind of like a hassle. And the Dreamcast was fine, but, you know, I liked everything in one place. I should probably make a video on that. Like, just Sonic's tenure on the GameCube. And just how cool it was. It was so cool, guys. It was such a good time to be a Sonic fan. Like I said, I still stand by 2003 being the best year to be a Sonic fan, at least for me. It was my favorite time. ...2011 was also a good time, too. At least it felt like it at the time. It was nice seeing Sonic stuff pop up, you know, in certain places I wouldn't expect. Because like I was talking about this earlier, I think, but you know, merchandise was not easy to come by in the 2000s, like at all. It was really hard to find anything. Sorry for yapping. Just yapping about all this bullshit. Still is? Sonic merch? No, Sonic merch is super easy to come by now. No. It's so easy to find Sonic stuff now. Back then you couldn't find anything, anywhere. Yeah, no, like, I had to go all the way... I mean, certain characters, yes. But back then, I was desperate for, like, anything. Any kind of toy of Sonic. Just Sonic himself. I would agree with you that, you know, to call merch is hard to come by. Or at least it's scarce. But, Sonic merch is abundant now. What old Sonic YouTube videos did I used to watch? I'm trying to remember. I used to watch videos by my buddy Alexander the Swell way back in the day. Let's see. Fuck. I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm trying to think, like, way back in the day. I'm thinking, like 2000s. Before I started making content myself, I really liked Sonic Uncut. I thought that was really funny. You know, when Sonic is, just chilling at home and Tails is, wanting to be a, like, get his nose pierced. And he adopted a bunch of chow from the shelter. And shit like that. I thought that was really funny as a kid. And that was before I started making anything. I also really liked the old Sonic and Mario sprite fights. And you could pick the ending where, like, Sonic wins or Mario wins. I really liked that. At least from what I remember, there's a video that was like that. I don't know how well it's stood the test of time, but, you know, it could be something worth looking into. Mine or another ones you like to watch? Oh, dear God. Oh, thank you. But yeah, no, shit, yeah, no, it's just, I used to watch a lot of they weren't even YouTube videos. I watched Sonic stuff on Newgrounds. Back before YouTube became a thing. That's where I used to watch everything. Because, yeah, like I said, Newgrounds was the only place where you could watch stuff like that. YouTube did not exist. So, yeah, that was basically it. I liked things like there's this website called Funny Junk, where there would be these all sorts of, like, funny Flash videos. I really liked those. I have never seen that one. Where Shadow sneezes on Sonic. I don't know what that is. I have never seen that. That one is a mystery to me. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I just never ended up watching. I guess because I was too busy working on my own stuff. But there were other parodies that I preferred to watch, like a bridge series. That I was really into those. I really, really liked those. I remember being... Okay, so this used to be on Newgrounds. I don't remember the title of it. But it was this Sonic X video where Chris was on the phone and they put Cartman's voice over it, like the audio, and I thought it was the funniest fucking thing. And like there were these fart noises coming through the phone. It was so weird. It was so stupid. But as a young kid, I thought it was the funniest thing. So much so you made your own Sonic X Abridged. I never made my own Sonic X Abridged, simply because by the time by the time Abridged series became like a thing, I had already covered most of the scenes that I had wanted to, and just did like my own skits. And you know, I was a young kid, so I didn't really realize I could do my, like, a different take on it. But I was like, well, I already did the best that I could with this one scene, but it's really stupid. I instead tried doing a One Piece abridged at the time. That was kind of like new territory. And you know, that was kind of fun, but it was hard to work with because I wasn't really good at editing or writing or voice acting. But it was cool because I got to talk to some of like the Team 4-Star guys at the time. I really liked that. That was cool. And I made some nice connections. But it just ultimately wasn't something that worked out. But it is what it is. There we go. Have I played any have I played any fighting games? A few of them. Nothing too crazy. I know we were just talking about Dragon Ball. I really like Dragon Ball Fighters. Street Fighter is fun. I've never really played too much of it, but I do dig it. I like it. So my Sonic X stuff were just all like redubs. Yeah, basically. Yeah. And at the time I was like, well, there's no point in covering Sonic X since I just I don't want to cover the same stuff again. But I should have. I should have done it in my own way. But you know, at the same time, it's like I would have just hopped on the microphone without any writing skills, and I would have had it just would have been like a shitty microphone, and I would have had my like characters call everything gay. It's like, oh god, I couldn't write for shit back then, and it just would have been it would have been terrible, dude. It would have been bad. Do I read the Sonic IDW comics? I want to. I just never got around to it yet. The Sonic comics were never my favorite thing. I used to like collecting the Archie comics, but it was kind of a pain in the ass to enjoy them because I just didn't like the stories. I thought they were bad. I just thought they were bad. And then, you know, so when they started working on the IDW stuff, I was like, maybe. Like, I don't know. I was never really, like, hyped about it, I guess. Alright, Crystal to call. What do you think of this? What's the difference between abridged and redubs? So redubs are just basically they're just kind of like fan dubs, but like humorous. What I used to do is I just hopped on the microphone and just said whatever. Like I tried to quote unquote improvise everything, but I was just terrible at it. But at the time, people liked it. I don't think they aged well at all. I think it just sounds like a kid hopping on the microphone and saying whatever. Abridged is more like you cover, like you try to condense the story in a humorous way. So you don't really cut over important plot points. You go through the main story, beat for beat. Sometimes you can change some things around, but like for the most part, it's you cover the main story. Oh, let me add some of this stuff to her arm thingies. So I don't have an opinion on Tangle or Whisper. No, not really. I don't think like they look like they're bad characters or anything. They seem like cool to me. I don't have a problem with them. I guess my only criticism is I think Tangle looks a little over designed, I guess. Like the design is too busy. But other than that, it's just like I feel like that's just a shallow criticism. I think the design is fine otherwise. I just feel like it could afford to be simplified. I feel like it could afford to be simplified just a bit. Oh, what was bad about the Sonic comics? They didn't feel like Sonic. It felt like a soap opera featuring Sonic. And I was a 11-year-old boy who did not like soap operas. So I was like, ugh, this sucks. This shit sucks. It's like, I was like, this is the kind of shit my mom watches every day on ABC. You think the pink should be lighter? Okay, I could do that. Undies are a darker shade of cyan than the dress. Black floral print on the dress site. Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. The eyes are glowing cyan. Okay, I thought they were glowing like white. Okay. You mean that one scene where Sally slapped Sonic? That was one of them that I had. I do have that issue. I remember reading it in school, and one of the kids in class was like, "Damn, Sonic's girlfriend's looking fine." It was like the cover of Sally walking, like looking all sad, and Sonic was in the background. I think it was 134. I think that was the issue. Post reboot. It was pre-reboot. I didn't read the post reboot. I was already kind of done with it by that point. Okay. No problem. Is this pink too light? Have I played Mario games? Yes. I actually haven't beaten many of them. I think I've only beaten the first one. The first Super Mario Brothers, and that's it. Axel, however, has, like, beaten most, if not all, of the ones that she's played. Right, Axel? Yeah. Oh, okay. I can change that. Hold on. All right, is that better? All right, take care, Captain Price. It's me says hi, Axel. Double says hi, Axel. Hi, Double.
Hi, guys.
Kyle Martin says hi, Miss Sushi Cat. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Add a little bit of details here like this. There we go. Fluffy Nerd says, "Hi Axel, how are you doing today?"
Hi Fluffy, I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Guess what, guys? Axel got some. She bought some equipment so she can stream soon. So she may be streaming tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then the next day.
I was looking to stream tomorrow.
Yeah, she said she's looking to stream tomorrow. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. What was it that you're gonna stream? Donkey Kong?
Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong. She's gonna get back to it. That'll be interesting. Bonanza. Yeah, Bonanza. Not any of the, you know, Donkey Kong Returns or Donkey Kong Country games. Nothing like that. Hilarious detail about the outfit is the rear of the shoes have the developer's logo on the strap. Oh, interesting. Kind of like how, you know, we were just talking about Donkey Kong, but, you know, Diddy Kong used to have the Nintendo logo on his hat. Okay, so like a floral logo, or floral pattern. Let's see. Who is this character you draw of? It's Crystal Takal's character. Just drawing some flowers here. Just randomly going for it. Take care, it's me. So how are you doing, Axel?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Just working. Getting through some sketches.
You want me to join you?
You can if you'd like.
Okay.
Alright, hang on. Axel's gonna join. Have I played the scary bootleg Chuck E. Cheese game? No. I actually think I've only stepped into a Chuck E. Cheese like once or twice in my life. I know, sad, right? How's it going, Axel?
I was, now I'm not. I'm good, how are you?
Great, thanks. Are you gonna stay muted on your end, or how do you want to do this?
I was just gonna do like we've been doing it, where we take turns. I mute, you mute.
That's fine.
Everybody's muting.
Yeah, that's fine. But we do have a somewhat of a solution.
Yeah, we do. Let me go ahead and pull up chat here and get everything set up on my side. So why don't you continue talking about the Sonic IDW comics for a second?
IDW. Okay. They're asking you if you ever read the comics, Axel.
Oh no, I actually have not had any like encounter with them whatsoever, believe it or not. I've seen like panels, funny meaningful panels that other people have enjoyed, or like I know Slisa at one point had taken some of the funny expressions and made them emotes for our early server, but other than that, no.
I'm gonna go grab something that was one of my favorite pieces of Sonic merch as a kid. It's one of the comics, technically. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Double says we sound formal. Oh my god. I don't know why we would sound formal. Did y'all watch Stranger Things? Oh my god, I can't believe it's over. I don't know how to take it. I don't know how to feel. And not about the ending. That's an ending. But I'm talking about the fact that it's over. I don't know how to handle the fact that it's gone. I got no more Stranger Things to look forward to. It's not the first ending of something I've enjoyed in my life, but damn if it didn't feel like, wow, that 8+ years went by quick. They kill characters off more than you would expect in the Sonic comics? Really? I don't consider that a plus.
Here, now you've had some experience with them.
Oh god,
There
okay.
you go.
The beginning.
Yeah.
Oh hey, it's got the sexy chipmunk on the right in this dead center. Where your gaze naturally falls. Yes, I have played Five Nights at Freddy's. I actually streamed it, Kyle. Alright, go ahead, Mikey.
Handed Axel my copy of Sonic the Beginning. It's a comic book compilation. I remember getting it back in like 2003 when it came out. It's this one right here. Hold on. This.
Am I looking at something?
What? What?
Am I supposed to be looking at something?
No, I just showed it to you so you could say you've had some experience, like some kind of encounter.
I'm flipping through it. There's a wheelbarrow of chili dogs that's pretty funny.
Mine does not say Archives Volume 0 at all. Mine does not say that. Shit. Yeah, mine just says the beginning. Yeah, this was it.
Is that literally the 3 different designs for Sally? I wondered. I was like, why are there 3 of her there? And I just thought that maybe there were 3 Sally characters. Okay.
The cover is very meta by having the 3 different versions of Sally, because during these early versions, she goes through different design changes. So the cover added that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, literally from page to page. Well, it must have been a different issue. But it's funny because on page 28, she's got... Oh, sorry, I'm yelling on you guys. She's got the yellow hair, and then literally I flipped to page 29 and 30, and she's got black hair. I know that's a different issue, though, so while for me it's an instant page jump, there must have been some gap between issues there. Yeah, dude's totally unk status. Kiss your robo machine goodbye, Robotnik. That's a panel of... It almost looks like he's in pain, though. It looks like he's got the worst stomachache, oncoming diarrhea I've ever seen physically drawn. Like, I don't... This doesn't look... The art's pretty good. I'm not, the art's fun. It's serviceable for a comic. But this panel on page, if you got this book, page 38, it just looks like he's gripping his shit so hard. Wow. Okay, PK, I'll be here. I will be here. So that's what you guys are talking about, Sonic comics, huh? Well, I was gonna say Sonic, and Sonic, but you know. Well, at least I can say I've seen these now. Hey, Spark. Alright, Mikey, I flipped through it. I admittedly don't have a desire to deep read this, but it does look fun. You want me to finish the sketch? Yeah, I could do that. I'll give her a mustache, and I'll give her a Super Mario hat. Hi, Paynette. It has been a bit. I plan on streaming tomorrow, Paynette. I got some new cords for my setup that makes streaming the games I've been wanting to stream possible. I'm also looking to relaunch my newsletter for the year. For those of you that were enjoying my newsletter, I'm looking to relaunch that next weekend, so you've got that to look forward to as well. Yeah, Crystal to go! Crystal 1/2! Oh my god.
Oh Jesus. So yeah, I handed that to Axel. I wonder, like, did they repackage that one, as like an archives thing or something? That's weird. It's weird to me. Very, very strange. But yeah, I remember getting that back in like... Wait, maybe you can give her some big old fat... Whoa! Whoa, whoa.
Smiles. He was gonna...
Smiles.
He was gonna
Oh,
say
yes.
Smiles.
Of course, it's the smiles, yes.
It's a really pretty dress design, though.
To be honest with you, Axel, they're just scribbles. I'm just scribbling them. That's how I draw flowers and shit. But give her a copy of Sonic Frontiers. Give her a copy of Sonic Forces. Well, to be fair, this entire thing is technically a big scribble. Give her a copy of Sonic 4. Ha! Nice joke, Double. Physical versions of that game don't exist.
I've watched Mikey
PK!
play it with Jot.
Play what?
Sonic 4. It looked better than it was because it crashed on you fatally at one point. Like, you literally couldn't progress in the game.
No, I couldn't. That Crystal's a call. The earrings. Okay, sure. I didn't know that was there either.
You don't need to mute. I'll just mute on my end.
Are you sure? No, I don't mind doing it.
Alright, if you're sure, if it's not too much of a headache.
I wouldn't consider it a
Why don't
headache.
you tell me a little bit about that Knights plushie you saw tonight from our friend Up Down All Around's collection? Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you were thinking when you saw those?
Really cool. I've always wanted them, but they're old and expensive.
Can you give me some history, because I didn't even know they existed, or at least if I did, I never cared before today. So tell me about that. Where are they from? When are they from? How much do they usually go for?
Not really an MSRP to them because they were UFO catcher prizes. So they were from Japan, 1996. To basically coincide with the Sega Saturn game. So they were specialty items. A lot of the plushes I like to collect are UFO catcher items, so they're only items that you could win in a claw machine in Japan. These were made before, I want to say right before the Sonic the Fighters ones were made. So these were the first ones to do it, I believe. At least from Sonic Team, like from the Sonic side of things, kind of. They're really cool. The line has two versions of knights. There's Rayella, there's Elliot, and there is did I say Rayella? And Claris. I believe that's her name. Yeah, it's really cool. The only knights things I've collected, and I forgot to mention this to her earlier, but I besides the game, I also have a couple of the Archie comics from that Archie put out. I think I have like issues like 1, 4, 5, and 6, something like that. They only put out 6 issues. Night stuff was always harder to get than Sonic. Always. That is way more niche.
Well, yeah, I could see that because it wasn't as widely received, and it's not something that.
There's only 2 games.
Right, it's not a major multimedia franchise. I can see why there's A, not as much merchandise, and B, not as much distribution, secondhand market of said merchandise.
And when I got into Nights, there was only 1 game. The sequel, Journey of Dreams for the Wii, that did not exist yet. So all I had was the Sega Saturn game and the comics. That was basically it. I'm sure they had to hand out physical download codes at Starbucks. That still doesn't count, bozo. Yo, Moogie, are you still planning on doing a Chow stream this month? Yes. I wanted to know when that would be best. I was thinking about doing that in the middle of the month to give you guys some more time. But if you guys want me to do it sooner, I can. If there's 5 people who say, hey, if I would like this, you know, we could do this next week, I'd be like, all right, bet, let's go. But, you know, I was going to do it probably around the 12th or the 19th. Whoop. Does this look okay, Crystal to call? Oh, you said, wait, the eyes are glowing cyan. All right, hold up. Ooh, mans likes to push the buttons. I see how it is.
This man loves to push buttons.
Oh, yes, I do.
All the buttons.
Love the buttons. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully that looks cool. You'll remember that. Oh, okay. Did I color the earrings in? No, I did not. Okay. There we go. All right, hopefully that is cool. Wait, hold up. Let me just add this and then it's done. There we go. How long am I streaming for? I have once I'm done with the sketches, I am almost done. I believe I have 1 or 2 more left.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised you've been here for a while. I took a whole ass nap.
You did, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's always exciting, Fluffy Nerd, when you get to meet your friends in person.
Next up is Winter Rain, and then it's Painette.
Alright.
But let me know if this is okay, Crystal Skull. It's perfect. Okay, awesome. No worries. It's okay. No, it's completely fine. You're fine. You don't got to apologize. You're okay, Crystal Skull. You're all right. No worries. I really appreciate it.
Cool as hell. And it's not Crystal the 1/2. What can I say?
Okay, so let me see. Wait a minute. Princess Elise in the pose, and dressed like Hilda from Pokemon. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, I could do that. Let's go here. Another one of Elise. You're gonna be giving her a big hug. Oh, your friend. Oh, nice. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, we've got there's a couple people earlier saying that they want to meet us at Sonic Rev. And I said that we were thinking about going. There's no guarantee that you and I are still talking about it, Axel. But, you know, we'll try to make it happen. No promises, though. We lost 10 minutes because I mistakenly thought Adventures 2 was starting to go to 300. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no, I was like, wait a minute, there's no way. And I went to go look it up because I was like, I gotta see this.
I'll be listing my copy.
No. The Dreamcast version, not the GameCube one.
Ah, shit. I was gonna say, the GameCube one's like a game that literally everybody and their mother like.
That's what I said!
Yeah.
That's what I said! I literally said that. I said everybody had it. Yeah. That was like a GameCube staple. Everyone had one. It was a very common game.
Yeah, I mean, we might make it out to Rev. I don't know though. I don't want to dash people's hope. I don't really see it happening, but you never know. Stranger things have happened. Well, Stranger Things has ended, but you know, stranger things have happened. It's not something I was currently planning on, but it sounds like you were, so we'll have to talk about that off stream.
Not something I was... No, I was pretty upfront in saying, hey, I don't think this is going to happen. But, you know, we have, you know, it seems like okay. It's kind of leaning on no, but I'll keep you guys updated. You know, that's what that's where it's at. I said we'd probably go, in, you know, the following year, but probably not this year. Okay, no problem, PK. Hold up. No worries. Okay, so let's see here. Princess Elise. Let me see here. Just want to make sure that this is good. Trying to find like a good reference of the hair. There we go. But yeah, and they were also saying, yeah, we want to see Sleesa and Jot. I said, both of those are going to be...
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not something I would be in control of, basically.
I said with Justin, not going to happen. Sleesa, she wants it to happen, but that's also...
A lot of mountains would need to align for that.
There's a lot of... Yeah, that one's really challenging because of the... she doesn't live in the US.
Yeah, just the locations. But I mean, it's not impossible.
No, that's more likely than Justin, I'd say.
Yeah, Jod doesn't much care for travel, but Sleesa likes to travel.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, so let me see here.
How you doing tonight, Drigzilla?
go. You gotta go. All right, take care, Spark. Oh, wait, Olive Garden.
Hi, Spark. See you tomorrow.
Is that shit actually open?
I mean, yeah, if he's somewhere else in the world right now, it's 4 hours behind.
B3. Are they open?
It's 8 o'clock in California.
I thought it's 9.
I don't know. It's 12:15 here, so they're 4 hours behind, aren't they?
3. They're 3.
Either way, a lot of Olive Gardens close at 11, so wherever he is,
That's
it's
true.
likely open. Yeah, it closes in an hour exactly.
Oh, okay. Good luck. Good luck. Have fun, guys. Have fun at the OG. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's Olive Garden time somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock in the Pacific Ocean right now. Isn't that cool? Wait, what did you say, Axel?
I don't know what I said.
It's Olive Garden somewhere?
I think I just said it's Olive Garden time somewhere.
Uh-huh.
That's what I said.
Uh-huh. But what happened was, this would have been my last sketch, but we got 2 coming in at the last second. We had 2 come in at the very last second, so I decided to, you know, honor both of them. Hello, Axel the Cabot.
Hey, Axel.
Thanks for the coins.
Hey, SMG crew. Sorry, man. I've been busy with New Year's and stuff. Sorry, man.
We haven't spent a lot of time home, admittedly.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Hope you're doing okay. Do you have a good New Year's?
It's Olive Garden somewhere would be a good slogan, but it needs the word time. I didn't miss the word time. I don't think I said it's Olive Garden time.
I thought you said it's Olive Garden somewhere.
No.
Olive Garden. It's Olive Garden somewhere.
The program we use, Axel the Cabot, is called Godot Engine. I wrote it in the chat for you.
Let's see. Oh, very nice. That's awesome. That's great that your sister's getting married. Good shit. Finally got the chat to load. Hello, Bandy fan. Had trouble loading the chat or something? Damn it, YouTube. There we go. There we go. What philosophy do you have for character design? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
Describe your approach. How do you go about creating characters?
I guess
Let me know if you want me to answer from my observations of you.
you know what? Cause I feel like it depends on the character. It depends on cause I always like something that appears alive by like having flowy lines. I like a bunch of like curves and stuff because it just makes the character seem more organic, I guess. And more angular when it comes to things like robots or something mechanical. Anyway, but yes, I am curious as to what you would have to say for from your observations.
Really, what I've seen is that when you're trying out new character designs, especially for characters like our webcomic characters, I've watched you draw them in different ways with different features until you find something that you're settled on. That's really what I've witnessed when I see you working through character designs. drawing different expressions, trying out what new hairstyles or new anatomy altogether for our dinosaur characters, and different shapes and different features, and you draw it until sometimes I've seen you draw different designs and then step back and say, yeah, no, I'm not feeling this. And then other times you'll draw a character design and you're happy with it, or you'll tweak a few things, but you're otherwise happy with it. So that's what I've observed.
It's a very interesting question. I wasn't expecting a question like that, but I like questions like that because it really gets me thinking, you know, and
yeah, it's a good craft question.
Obviously I would like to be able to answer that question better in the future. But yeah, no, I really like questions like that, and I actually welcome questions like that. So if anybody has any questions along the lines of that, let me know. I like that. Good shit. Good shit. Okay. Let's see. It depends on the character itself and personal preference. Yeah, because I feel like every character is different, and it depends on the art style too. It's not just the character, but the art style. The art style is really important. So it's, I guess, a couple of prerequisite questions need to be answered first, if that makes sense. But basically, the thing is, I just gotta... what I do is I just keep doing it until I feel like I got it right. And sometimes, even when I think I get it right, I'll go back and look at something that I did in the past. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I thought that was right. What the fuck? But you always got to be open to growth. Open to... basically admitting that you still have room to grow. Otherwise, you're going to stop learning. You don't want that.
Absolutely. I mean, when you take time to continue to grow yourself and to explore the things that you like artistically, or to try out a different style, you're directly feeding your creative muse. And that's how you avoid burnout and boredom.
Exactly. I think that's a good way of putting it. Let's see here. Let's see. Is she gonna wear these shoes? No, these are gonna be more like boots. Okay. Okay. I'm actually gonna have...
Yeah, and you have to give yourself permission to do that too. To redesign your two characters as often as you like. I've literally redesigned my Axel the Cat Fox character, and then I literally announced the character's new design. This is the new design. It was a different design from this one, but it was a design that I was super excited about 1 minute, and then after about a few weeks of using said design, I was kind of done. And that's okay. You have to give yourself permission to, hey, listen, I put this on, I was feeling it, and now I'm not, so I'm changing the script. Like, that's how it rolls.
Sometimes you can just change your mind at the drop of a hat. It happens. Especially if you get like an idea later. So it's really good to sit with it, take your time. There's no rush. And you know what? Even if you do take your time and then you decide like, I'm not really feeling that, that's still completely fine. Go ahead and make the change that you feel is necessary. That's completely fine. And roll. Yes, the two best Mega Man characters. not really. I don't really feel too strongly about it either way. Let's see here. There we go. Does she have like a watch on this hand? I think so. There we go. You can never draw on a PC unless I got a tablet to do so. That's what I thought for the longest time until I tried a tablet and I was like, wow, I actually prefer a mouse. And then I never bothered changing it. I've always stuck with a mouse. And I'm not saying that's what I recommend doing. I'm just saying that everybody, you know, different strokes for different folks. And a mouse is a completely valid way to make art. It is. And it's not unusual either. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. Let me see here. She's got some like crazy ass shit going on right here. Don't know what this is considered. Just some sort of strange embellishment.
The important thing is that it's not about what tools you use to make your art. The important thing is that you're making art. I don't care if you're using traditional pen and paper, pencil, whatever you have access to is what you have access to. And you know, there may be people out there that have access to better or more expensive tools, but that doesn't necessarily make them more qualified to the artistic process. Like, your artistic process is your journey, and it's important to hold that in mind as you develop your skills, like whatever level you're at, whether you're starting out or whether you've been drawing for a long time. It's super important not to get caught up in what tools you're using, and it's more important to engage regularly with the fact that you're making something.
Exactly. But if it makes you feel any better, if you think, you know, using a phone is bad, just remember that there are some people who were able to make some amazing art with rocks just by like carving into the side of a cave wall. So like you can make art with anything. As long as you continue to create and innovate, you'll get to where you need to be, I think. Best to represent gene torn bits. Yeah, because I wasn't sure what that was, but I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't entirely sure. But I'll go ahead and do that like this. There we go. Let's see. Gotta add the boots now. The boots are kind of big, like big military boots, kind of. There we go.
Yeah, it's always great to experiment with different art styles, D. It's really cool when you get a chance to try something you haven't done before. And one example I have for you is that I was super excited at one point to take a class in using charcoal, and I was super stoked to buy the supplies, and yay, I'm gonna work with charcoal and I'm gonna draw on these huge sheets of charcoal purpose like paper, and I was so excited. But once I actually got up to bat basically and make my charcoal work, I by the end of it found that charcoal and I honestly, like, I'm glad I tried it, but charcoal Charcoal is not for me. It's a great way to study contrast. It really is. It's also a great way to study gradations of light. Gradations? I don't know. Just varying light levels. And it, you know, you're working with charcoal. Like, it's a unique tactile experience, but I don't want to do it again. Thank you, next. But I'm really glad that I got to try it at least. And I always encourage people to try different things. You never know. And for me, I really thought that I would be so excited when I finally got my hands on some Prismacolored pencils, and for years I hyped up the fact that I didn't have any. It made me feel lesser somehow, but by the time I actually got to them and got to use some, honestly, I didn't care much for how hard I had to press into the paper to get the effect that I wanted. And I actually learned that I like layering Copic markers up and layering with markers so much more. I like the look, I like the way the tools work, and those are not something I could have learned without doing. I mean, there's a lot of things in life that you're not really gonna learn unless you give it a chance. So it's great to be open to different mediums that way, and different programs, and try pixel art, try MS Paint for the shits and giggles, try any program that you can, you know, really get a chance to try out and see if you like it. Couldn't hurt.
Basically, what Axel is trying to say is try everything. So thank you, Gazelle. Yeah.
Exactly.
As for the Prismacolors, I remember the pressing down hard thing until you got like a really waxy look was what I liked to do at the time. It's not like, I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but that's what I used to do. And I'm like, why did I have to do that? I guess it's because I wanted the colors to look blended. Like, I really liked that, how they kind of blended together, and you couldn't see like the grooves of the paper or anything. I was a big fan of that, but it's probably not how I would use them now, if that makes sense. But yes, I also prefer the Copic markers, and I'm really glad that you basically showed me how to, you basically showed me that they existed. That you put them on my radar, and I really liked them. Yeah, no, they were fun to use. I really like blending colors a whole lot. That's my shit. I love it. I love blending colors.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm glad I could introduce you to something new. I'm glad that we, could introduce each other to all kinds of new stuff.
We're walking around, basically when, I had like 12 colors or something, and I was like, man, I can't do shit with this, and I had to get a bunch of different ones. I had to get a bunch of different ones to fully, excuse me, blend in color and get what I wanted.
Remember when we were collaborating and buying each color individually, because the markers were $8.50 a marker at the time, and we would wait for Michael's to drop these 50% off coupons, and we would get so excited. We would go and we would buy different markers so that if we needed different colors, we could share.
Yeah, that was a good idea, actually, on our end. Is that Riz? I mean, I guess somewhere that is, and somewhere on some planet it could be, but thank you, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I like the I really like Copic markers, and if I'm working traditionally, that is my preferred way of working. However, like I said with the whole Prismacolor thing, I really like using some Prismacolor with the Copic markers by, you know, using it to add some highlights after the fact.
Yeah, you like mixed media.
Yes, I do. I think that is a I think that is cool. I think that is the way to you know, for me, I think it works best. But, you know, it's not ultimately necessary. I don't think I've used Copic markers in, like, God, I think like 2019. I think that was.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Insane. I should probably use some. It's been so long. I used to love collecting them. What I hated though is when they got dry.
Yeah, we have ink. We have ink refills for that.
I still kind of feel like the ink refills never really fully helped.
They did. I don't know if you ever bought or used any ink refills. I did, and I used them all the time, especially for the skin color and the skin tones. I've constantly ran out of those. But also, you could replace the nibs entirely if for whatever reason the nibs were clogged with old ink, or if they got clogged up with Prismacolor, you could replace them.
Just some markers that just were not it, man. I would like to use some sometime. I think they were cool. I think they were really fun. Once I started working completely digitally, I haven't really touched my traditional tools in so long. I guess I just have no need to. You know what I'm saying? SMG3 crew, thank you.
For the coins.
Thank you for the $4.99. What's my favorite cuss word of all time?
Ooh, I love this question.
Probably
I'll go first.
Probably Jagoff. Wait, what?
Oh, you do have one. I thought you needed to.
No, it's Jagoff.
Mine is asshat. I just like the visual.
Remember the first time you called me that? I was like, excuse me?
When did I call you an asshat?
Oh, when I was an asshat?
When was this?
2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. May I go on?
I haven't called you an asshat in memory. I don't remember ever calling you an asshat. But it checks out. It checks out. I could see you being an asshat, but I don't recall calling you an asshat.
So you need to understand that when the girl you like calls you a word you've never heard before, that sticks with you.
I just wish you remembered more details, like why I had called you an asshat.
For what it was, but I just remember you doing it. I was like, that's actually such a funny word. I can't be mad or upset about it. But
it is really funny.
You calling some people that we're friends with an asshat. Kind of funny.
Ooh, Jopla?
I mean, I'm sure you have at some point, but I don't think you want to name names right now.
No, I don't. That's okay. but it is rather funny that I called them an asshat. Whoever it is, I don't remember. I didn't know I made a habit of calling people asshat. It's not something I tend to do, but me 10 years ago and me now are two different people, so I don't know. If you do something and you need to be called an asshat, I guess you need to be called an asshat.
You had a habit of calling a lot of people that. If someone did something stupid, you're like, oh, what an asshat.
It is my favorite cuss word.
Bag off. It just sounds so stupid. It's like I think it lands better than calling someone an asshole. I don't know. It's like, man, that guy's a jag-off. Holy shit. Like, I don't know. It just feels better. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm Chicagoan. I don't know. Who knows, really? It's also popular in Pittsburgh, apparently, as a swear word. But, yeah, no, my dad used to say it a lot. Still does, but I think that's where I got it from.
Thanks for the coin.
Say D's nuts backwards. Stunseed. Wait, hold on a second. Thank you, SMG3 crew. And Fluffy Nerd says, Mikey, Axel, I know I just said this before already, but I want to say it again. Thank you for everything you guys did for me last year. I seriously appreciate it. Chat as well. Dude, no problem. Thank you for what you've done, like coming by and being a huge part of the community, dude. We really appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, and that's what community does. It helps you get through the hard times, helps you laugh during the good times. I'm glad we could be there for you, dude.
Sure, dude. Thank you, Fluffy Nerd. Seriously, you made our year better too. Almost done with this one, and then I'll be moving on to Paynets, and that'll be it for the night. Like I said, this was going to be the last one, but it basically, yeah, I ended up getting another one at the last second. Like, 2 came in at the same time. And you know what? That's completely fine with me. Completely fine. All right, take care, man. I will try to message you sometime here in the next few days. Still pretty busy, so once I find the time, I will do so. You have a good one, man. Take care.
See ya.
Just adding some, like, there we go. Cool. Okay. But besides asshat, Axel, what else is what's another swear word that you tend to be fond of?
That's the only one. The rest are not something I think about very often. I don't reach for very many of them, other than the classic ones. But that's other than asshat, that's my favorite one. I don't think I got another one. That's it.
Okay, I said that I picked up on Jagoff from my dad.
I was gonna add, yeah, I have no idea where I learned asshat. I have no idea. I think I heard it at some point in my late in my high school years, and I just
call you asshat?
No, definitely not.
Can you imagine a teacher calling a kid an asshat? It's like
to their face.
It'd be like little Timmy raises his hand, and because the teacher's like, "Hey, what's like 5 + 5?" and the kid is like 21. And the teacher's just like, "Timmy, you're an asshat."
Whose commission is this one? Who's drawing? Okay. Mr. Supersonic 28 suggested a little blush. I didn't know if it was Winter Rains. But...
I do believe that is Winter Rain.
Okay.
Yeah, through context clues, I am putting it together that seems to be Winter Rain. Because Winter Rain likes to ask for blush. Yes, I will add that. Just invented it. That's why. You're crediting Axel with the word asshat.
I didn't invent asshat, but thank you.
Axel, am I an asshat? Can I be your asshat?
You can be my asshat. I appreciate you. You know what? I do have a second favorite swear word, and it's fuckwit. I don't use that one, but whenever I encounter it, it's really funny. I don't know why. It's not something I hear people use, but I have seen it used in like media, online. I've seen people call each other that in forum posts too. Like call. Usually it's someone who's not even. They're like, oh yeah, he's a fuckwit. It's such a funny word. I don't use it, but it's really funny.
Okay.
I did not invent that one either. Oh, your username keeps changing? Okay. Well, at least we know it's you.
Times. But yeah, thanks confirming. Blah. Thanks for confirming that it is you. All right. Does that look good?
I think it looks good. It looks really cool.
Thanks. Let's see. Okay. There we go. Okay. I believe I am done with this. I hope you like it. What do you think? And then after this is Paynut. It looks good. Awesome. Good shit. I will send it over right after the stream is over. And then lastly, we've got Paynut. Okay, so it is in the blah 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 community refs section. Fuck. All right, here we go. Okay, so it's a dog femboy OC. His name's Sparky. Left images him in the game Super Animal Royale. Like him in the style of the target dog on the right. Okay. Let's see. All right. Take care, man. Take care, Winter Rain. All right, so let me see.
Hi, Winter Rain.
Okay, so that's him on the left. Okay, and target dog on the right. Okay. Okay, can do. All right, this is the last one for the night.
I'm just vibing.
Hell yeah.
Honestly. It's late, so I have fewer words in me than usual, but I'm here.
No, that's okay, Axel. I really appreciate you being here. I wasn't expecting that. So that was a pleasant surprise.
Anytime.
Oh. Okay, gotta have the tongue sticking out. Have fluffy ears. Let's see. Okay. All right, take care, Bandy. You have a good one. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to see if I should add eyelashes. Should I add eyelashes? Yes, absolutely. There we go. There we go. But yeah, it is pretty late. We'll be ending right after this one. This is the last one for the night. There we go. Okay. Add some little hair like that. I want to ask you guys if you've heard of something called blokies, like model kits. They have transformer ones. No, I've never heard of that. Axel, have you heard of that?
No, not at all.
I've never heard of that. The only model kits I've had are just like some like Dragon Ball ones. That's it. That's it. And I think Axel has a few Pokemon ones, I want to say. I think that's it. And they're fun, but I guess you just gotta have a room for them. You're still here helping a family member. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Okay, I'm adding the pause here. It's pronounced like blocky. Oh, yeah, no, I've never heard of it.
Sure, Fluffy Nerd, you can send him my way.
Okay. There we go. Let's see. And he's gonna be wearing what? Black thigh high boots, I'm assuming? Or, yeah, I assume that's what it is. Unless you mean, like, thigh-high, what is it, like, stockings or something? Oh, what do you mean?
You know what thigh-high stockings are?
I know, but he said he wanted thigh-highs, and I'm like, do you mean boots or stockings? because I feel like it could go either way. There we go. But I'm just going to continue drawing the rest of it until I get an answer. I'm going to assume boots. Thigh high, what, boots or stockings? Which ones?
Those are like little transformers.
Stockings, okay.
Fluffier just sent it to us, so they're little transformers.
Alright.
I like they light up.
See.
That's actually pretty cool.
Let's see. Oh, there's four toe beans, okay. There we go. There we go. But okay, stockings. All right, cool. I wasn't entirely sure, but thank you so much for clarifying. Okay. I'll add a little bit of a curvature to the arm here. There we go. Let's see. Add this here. There we go. They're blind bagged. Oh, okay. So you don't really know what you're getting. Okay. I see. Let me see here. Okay. Okay, so what's after that is... Wait, I think I just lost it. Okay, I got it. With the black crop top. Oh, right, right. Green skirt and a pouch on him. Oh, like a fanny pack, right? Okay. Adding it now. There we go. Okay. All right. Is 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 there more to be added to it, or is that it before I? Because I'm gonna start coloring it. Oh, the tail, right? The tail. Okay. Um, is this a femboy? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Is there anything else that you want me to add before I begin uh adding color? I'm gonna shorten this arm just a bit. There we go. But yeah, just let me know if there's anything you want me to add. And then once I get the, basically once you tell me I'm good to go, I'll start adding color. Let me see. Did I miss anything else? Green skirt, pouch, black thigh highs, crop top, green skirt. Okay. I'm assuming it's good, but I'll start adding some basic color down. And then if there's any changes that need to be made, I can just add it after. Right. Oh, okay. You got it. Okay, so since it's one of those, I'll go like this then. Is that better? Sorry.
All right, I am mentally back.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that you'd left.
Yeah.
Like mentally.
I know. I haven't had a chance to say anything. But Fluffy Nerd was talking a bit ago about his Transformer figures, and he said that the smaller ones are blind bags, but you can get regular model kits. That's pretty cool, dude. Thanks, Fluffy Nerd. My brain just kind of floated away. I'm pretty tired at this hour. My bedtime's technically 10 o'clock, so. Oh, this is a really cute character.
I thought you were watching.
Yeah, no, I just kind of looked up and reacted. Thanks, Knet.
Okay, let's see.
Do you guys have any fun New Year's plans? You guys got anything any goals you're you're thinking of? Nothing.
Like resolutions?
Yeah, not like resolutions. Just goals. Something, a vision for you for the future. Nothing heavy or crazy. I'm not about that. Some people are, but I think it's better when goals are consistent. I think goals should be motivational, not filling people with crushing pressure. So Fluffy Nerd said, if you're tired, maybe you should go rest. We won't harass Mikey much. Character.
What color are the eyes, Paint-It? So looks the nose is either dark brown or black. I'm gonna go with black. Paynut says this is his OC, Axel.
Cool. That's a cool OC, Paynut. I like the design. I don't know, Fluffy Nerd. Are you guys sure you won't harass Mikey a little more? You guys could hassle him a little more. Moogie milk.
I think we're good.
Where is it? Where is it produced? Is it duck made or is it farm made? Is it produced in small batches or big batches?
Fuck if I know.
Is it synthesized or is it as the name implies?
I don't know.
All these questions. You used to hate Moogie milk, and I think you also used to hate being called Moogru, but it grew on you.
As the name rightfully suggests, yes, it grew on me. It
grew on you so much that you went to go see the Despicable Me movie.
I have.
What was it called? The one about Gru?
Rise of Gru.
Yeah, Rise of Gru.
Was yeah, I had to go see it because I accepted, you know, the whole Moogru thing. Like I accepted that and I embraced it. You know what? Embraced the whole Gru thing. That's completely fine. I like it. It's all good. It won't let you type anything? What do you mean?
That's weird, Peanut. We see what you're typing. But are you saying it's a pain in the ass? Maybe you need to close out and restart the app if you're using an app.
Are you saying it's a painnet in the ass? Ha ha ha
That
ha
almost worked.
ha ha.
Almost.
Oh. Stay on longer, Moogru. Look, I'm tired. I've got other stuff I gotta do as well. Brown eyes. Okay. But yes, no, I would stay as long as I could if I had the energy. But I'm gonna be real with you. I think I've hit my limit. You know, and that's something, you know, I think that's progress because before that's not something I would have admitted.
Yeah, no, that's huge progress. It's healthy when to admit that you found a limit. It's healthy to admit that this is it. You found it.
And Paynet, I will be adding this into the Mikey Sketches section in Axel server. If you wanna go see it there when I'm done. Let's see, I'll add pink toe beans. Excuse me. And then the skirt will be green. There we go. He's all out of stamina. I mean, not completely. Almost. I know when to, say like, hey, I hit my limit. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to stop for the night. I'm almost there. Were you about to say something?
No, I'm here. I thought about it. I was gonna add on to just that it's important to recognize your limits. But other than that, I got nothing else to add on. That's weird, Paynet. Sometimes when I exit and enter, the chat keeps saying 4 subscribers who are subbed for 20 minutes or more, and it won't let me chat at all, even though I'm already subbed. Yeah, you've been subbed forever. I'm sorry, it's glitching for you. Yeah, that's really weird. I have no idea why it would do that. Big cat fox yawns.
I think we are good here.
I think you should color the zipper yellow if you didn't already.
Oh, okay. I colored it like an off-white.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream, so
Okay.
there's a little bit of lag for me. Yeah, I think yellow works better. Yeah, there you go. I think it looks really cool.
Wasn't I sharing my stream with you? No, I guess not.
No, that's okay.
My bad.
I've just been watching the stream.
Okay. All right. With this, I believe I am done. Let me just see. Add a few more things of like fluff here and there.
The fluffier, the better.
Okay, I think that's better. Does this look good, Paynet?
That's just too fucking cute.
You like it?
Yes. So adorable.
Let's see what Paynet says, and if that's the case, then all right. I'm glad you seem to like it. Awesome. Okay, well, that's going to be it for the night. I think
That's a wrap.
I think I will take this Monday off from streaming because tonight's stream ended up, I'd say it kind of made up for it. Kind of filled the place for it. So
It's okay to need a break.
my next stream will be on the 12th. It will probably be a Chow stream. So if you guys are interested in a Chow, you have until then. I think the 12th would be a good week for the for that. So I'll see you guys on the 12th, and
I'm gonna be live tomorrow.
yes.
Can you add like a chest outline so he can look like he has more of a boy chest? Paynet says.
A boy chest? Like pecs? Is that what you mean?
Probably more like a boxy outline. Yes, I am looking to stream tomorrow, provided all goes well. No, that's okay, Paynet. Here's my link if you would like to tune in. I'm going to be streaming some Donkey Kong. That's the plan. Again, I am moving my setup, so this is a tentative planned stream. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but provided all of my cords cord and all of my hookups hook up, then we will have a stream. So provided all cylinders fire on the ready and as needed, then we will be up and away. So we're hoping. I'm hoping everything works out, and then I could stream some Donkey Kong for you guys. If not, we might just have to have a Sonic Rumble stream. That'll be the plan B, but let's hope that we get... Yeah, Pex, I think Paynet said. Let's hope that we can get this off the ground. So, yeah, Mikey's gonna fix this, and then we'll sign off for the night.
Like that. But yeah, I will be live on... Let me know if this is okay, Paynet. I will be live on the 12th with Chow, and then I'll be doing a stream on the 19th, and then a stream on the 26th. But on the 2nd of February, early February, I will not be streaming because I will be in Japan. Woo! Yeah. But yes, this Monday, I am taking a break. Yeah, no, of course, Paynet. I'm glad that you like it, dude. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to be signing off here. Axel will be streaming this weekend, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep an eye out. It'll be tomorrow evening. Don't have an exact time, but it'll just be in the evening. So keep an eye out on my YouTube channel for notifications.
Hell yeah.
It'll definitely be sometime after 7 p.m. EST, though, I can tell you that much.
Sounds good. All right.
All right, everybody.
Thank you. It's me. Take care, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Everyone have an awesome night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.